Almost 20 bushfire-ravaged communities remain isolated, many still without power or telecommunications. Andrea Crothers joins us live from Bairnsdale. Andrea, how long until services will be restored?
Well, Annalise, up to 5 days longer. That's what we're being told for communities such as Sarsfield. Now, when you consider they lost power a week ago, that's almost 2 weeks. Some of those areas will be in the dark. Now, some of the communities we've gone to, people there have been using personal generators, which of course need diesel to be able to keep going. So it's really been a tough time for these areas, particularly given many of them have been hit twice by bushfires now, not once, but twice. Now, thousands of homes remain without power. Many other areas are struggling with telecommunications. The major difficulty is just where these areas are. They're very isolated. It's very difficult for crews to get in there. Some have been able to fly in, others are struggling to get up these isolated roads, particularly as they work to clear it. Now, the main priority for fire services at the moment, now they've thankfully got 0 emergency warnings due to this light rain. They have been trying to get provisions into these areas. There's about 18 isolated communities across the state at the moment. We also know there's still movement underway at Malakuta to get the last remaining 300 people evacuated out of there. Now, we do know Victoria does remain in a state of emergency. Obviously, there's 4 people who are still missing with grave fears held for their safety, 2 who have tragically passed away, and 1.1 million hectares which has now been scorched across the state. Now, there has been a lot of criticism against the Premier and the state government for the way that they've handled this, in terms of people here on the ground saying that they believe not enough controlled burns were done in the lead up to this bushfire season. They believe that a lot of this intensity of these fires could have been prevented. The Premier did respond to those criticisms on radio a short time ago, where he said effectively that due to climate change, there has been less and less days throughout the year that they have been able to do controlled burns, and emphasised the need to ensure that whatever burns were done were targeted. Now, meanwhile, Annalise, you can see behind me it is still raining here in Bairnsdale, but whilst it might put a smile on our faces, it is only providing a little bit of reprieve, because we actually need about 200 millimetres of rain to put out these blazes across the state. What's more, it is actually also making conditions difficult in some areas for firefighters.
Can actually hamper operations. It makes it more difficult for trucks and machinery to get on fire trails and those sorts of things. So we really do need significant rain over a sustained period to put these massive fires out. And the other thing, of course, when we've got cloud cover that's associated with light rain, it hampers our aerial operations.
Authorities remain urging people to remain vigilant. The danger is far from over yet. We, of course, as with New South Wales, expecting those conditions to spike again come the end of the week. Annalise?